So once again, Chag Sameach, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom. I'm not sure if it was a dream, but I think a lot of us were here last night in the social hall, and there was piano, and there was some guitar, and the kids were running around. Was that real? Was all that real? Because here we are tonight on like another Friday night, but yet not at all really like a regular Friday night. We had just about the shortest Kabbalat Shabbat that we could muster here today, which for some people will be a bummer, and for others will feel like a great relief to get to dinner faster. But the weirdness, the strangeness, I think, of a Shabbat like this Shabbat is not lost on us. We feel kind of the strangeness of coming from this very warm, intimate experience of Passover in our homes, and for some of us in the social hall over here where we made one big dining room, back into into community, into another Friday night, into another Shabbat. And this year we have perhaps the even weirder experience that we're coming straight on the heels of a 2-day holiday, straight into Shabbat with no break. Certainly, the rabbis maybe could use a break, but the tradition says we have to press on, so we shall. And also, here I am trying to give a Devar Torah to all of you on a Friday night, and there's no Torah portion, really. Seems like an impossible task. Yes, of course, we will be reading from the Torah tomorrow, but the usual Torah portion where we left off last week, we're not going to continue on that story until the next Shabbat. We have a kind of frozen moment in time where the priests are instructed into how they're going to be inaugurated into the service of the sanctuary, and yet we're not going to see that actually happen for another week. And so we're in this kind of spiritual limbo. We still very much feel that it's Passover, but also the experience of the Seders, we're kind of moving out of that experience back into the community, back into regularity, back into what we do day in and day out. And as I was saying before, it's a testament to all of you that you're here this Friday night, because that consistency, that feeling of community that we've built here for Friday nights is so important to you that you were pulled to come back even after prepping all of your Seders, even after all the cooking and the sweating and the cleaning and the family yapping at you and complaining about this and one thing and another. You said, we got to get back to shul, to Friday night. Maybe that's actually because you can get away from just your family members. Fair enough for y'all. Fair enough. I can't blame you. But I think in this juxtaposition, this close relationship between coming right out of a holiday and into Shabbat, we also have a model for two types of relationship, both with people that we love and also a relationship with God. I think the first 2 nights of Passover really reflect the beautiful, once-a-year, intimate, close, warm spaces where the feeling of closeness is kind of inescapable. That we're together with the people that we love. We have a family reunion. We share a meal. We sing together in the dining room in a small space. And then we come to Shabbat, which has those elements of, Shabbat dinner and the closeness and intimacy. But Shabbat is that week in, week out commitment to a relationship that brings us together, not just as a family, but as a broader community, right? It's really that consistent community connection that matters. And it's the thing that brought you here tonight, right? Is that need for the schedule, for the regular acts of love and connection that we can express before God and amongst our families and communities. And so I think one of the beautiful things that we have tonight is the ability to appreciate both of those elements, right? Sometimes we need those kind of romantic gestures, those once-a-year moments of beauty, those extra special opportunities to prepare your favorite foods and to have that feast. And we also need the regularity of the week in, week out, day out commitments that we make to each other and that we make to God. And so as we sing tonight, as we come back together into this act of consistency with no less love, I hope we feel that love, and I hope that we feel both the love that we felt, the warmth that we felt in our homes, and bring that into the room as we extend that warmth outward and into those consistent acts. We come back once again to Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Passover.